Well, that couldn't have gone any worse for her. That was awful. If you don't know what I'm talking about Chrystia Freeland finally formally and does her press conference and has her rally to announce formally that she's running for Liberal leadership to be Canada's next prime minister. The problem is all the people that she's been supporting and then gaslighting Canadians with, saying they're not really a problem. All the Palestine protesters showed up, and I think they interrupted her 13 times during her rally. It was hilarious. It looked good on her, especially for a party that has used the Palestine cause to gain and maintain political power, as this group has protested and in some cases terrorized many groups across this country in the name of their cause. So it's good to see it all come back to roost for Chrystia Freeland. If you want to check it out specifically, I would say Moose on the Loose did a fantastic job on his video of it. Broke it all down, showed everything that happened during the press conference. It was hilarious. He did a great job breaking that down. So I would suggest go check that out. It was awesome. What I want to break down is where does this put Chrystia Freeland? Where does this put her in the race between her and Carney? What are some greasy things that she's been doing to try and pull in the background? And what is ultimately her long game play here? What is she trying to do? Because she pulled some interesting moves the past week behind the scenes that we just found out this weekend, which I'll show you here shortly. But first, we'll show you just one clip to give you a hint of what took place during her rally.
Of a Canadian flag moved by kids.
Anthony Housefather, of course, he had to be the first one to jump up. Get out of here. He's probably saying, screw Palestine. That's probably what he said. Then this whole sign, Freeland, our deputy PM gravedigger. Oh boy.
You know, I guess some people are really scared of Canada fighting back.
What a thing to say.
I guess someone really...
She just crapped on the whole Palestine crowd with that statement. At least she said some people are scared of Canada fighting back. At least she didn't say, I guess some people are scared that when people fight back. I'm glad she didn't say that. That would have been such a savage thing to say. Holy smokes. But that was just a microcosm for how that went. It really couldn't have gone any worse. I didn't expect that to happen. And this is why I can see why Carney had such a tight security around his event. As we heard the stories of, they were picking and choosing who was coming in, who wasn't coming in, at least from a media perspective. And this is the difference between running and doing your event in Edmonton, Alberta versus the hotbed of Toronto, Ontario, where a lot of this craziness is erupting. And it was good to see Freeland have to reap the consequences of her policies that she supported up to this point. These people are out of control and they will do whatever they can do to cause chaos here in Canada. This is the difference, I'd say, between Freeland and Carney. Carney went right after the far left. He said, we have gone too far to the left. We can't cater to them. We have to focus more on centric economic policies. Yeah, Freeland, she made, a statement there. For the most part, she didn't go after the far left at all. She didn't really even so much as hint at it. And I think this will be very interesting to see how it plays within the party. Freeland has received a lot of support from those within the party. Freeland received support of 26 Liberal MPs versus Carney's 19, versus everyone else falls off. This is why I'm not even talking about Karina Gold's statement today, because she's not going to be a factor in this election, or in this leadership race, I should say. But Freeland's got a lot of support within the party, but it depends on how the Liberal supporters view her versus Carney. It is interesting. This whole support all women crowd is saying screw you to Freeland after she told Trudeau to shove it publicly. And now people, typically Liberal women voters, are saying, I don't really like Chrystia Freeland. I don't like what she did to Trudeau. She stabbed him in the back. I'm with Carney. She stabbed the fake feminist in the back. So I'm going to go support Carney. Screw women. Believe all women, they say. Holy jumping. That's how it works. That's how it goes. So again, from a establishment perspective, Freeland is very much supported. And Carney is building his support. So we'll see where this goes. But while Freeland was doing her speech and chatting and talking about trying to instill some type of vision in her campaign, she also started taking shots at Donald Trump, saying that Canada is going to fight back. Canada isn't going to take it lying down. She essentially, her whole Toronto Star op-ed that she wrote said it word for word verbatim of what she plans to do. Dollar for dollar retaliation. Show Donald Trump that he can't push us around. We're proud of our country. We're going to be sovereign. Yada, 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 yada. While she's making her statement, while everyone's interrupting her with 13 interruptions showing how much she is hated. And she's trying to gather her base in the small room at a girls and boys club in Toronto, Ontario. Donald Trump is, well, I don't know, doing this. He's doing the Trump dance. That's what he's doing right now. He doesn't really care about you at this point in time. You guys are such an unserious party who doesn't gain the respect of, well, anybody. The only respect that you have garnered from anybody outside of the country of Canada is Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum. That is the only person you've gained any respect from. And to see Freeland and Carney face off, it will be interesting to see how that goes. Carney, as we know, is very involved with a variety of different companies and entities outside of Canada, including the World Economic Forum. And so is Chrystia Freeland. Well, until, I don't know, this past week. Well, in mid-November, this is not going to come to a shock to many people. Freeland used to be on the WEF Board of Trustees. He used to be. Was heavily involved with them. Then in mid-November, we discovered that her photo was missing. So we said, oh, she's not on the Board of Trustees anymore. That's interesting. But then, just this past weekend, shout out to Bratney and Bradshaw on X for pointing this out. But Chrystia Freeland had her whole bio scrubbed from the World Economic Forum website. I'll show you here. Have to do this on DuckDuckGo. But type in Chrystia Freeland, World Economic Forum. You'll get the Honorable Chrystia Freeland is Canada's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Chrystia Freeland, World Economic Forum. Click on it. Sorry, but we can't find the page you were looking for. But she had her bio scrubbed from the World Economic Forum because she thinks we're stupid. I don't know if this is a play for the Liberal leadership race, or if this is more of a play for if in the event that she wins Liberal leadership, she knows where Poilievre's going to hit. He's going to hit on exactly this stuff right here. And she wants to prove it doesn't exist. She was never there, even though she was heavily involved, even though Klaus Schwab single-handedly put her on the Board of Trustees. It's funny how far we got with this, didn't it? The reason why I think this is very interesting, because it shows that we are over the target. We have put so much pressure on these crazy liberals who have sold us out for foreign interests that now they're starting to cover their tracks. World Economic Forum, own nothing and be happy, was just a conspiracy theory. Didn't exist. It's all in your head. It's just an idea. To the organization just really wants to help the world get better, get cleaner. We don't have any involvement with it, but we do agree with the organization. To now, no, we are with the organization. We brought Mark Carney in to run for Liberal leadership. Oh, and by the way, I don't, hands off. I don't exist with it. I scrub my bio from them. This is where we're at. Look how far we've pushed since 2020. From the WEF becoming more into the mainstream of an understanding of what is happening within our country, the liberals gaslighting us every step of the way, especially through COVID, to now here we are in 2025. The former deputy prime minister who's running for Liberal leadership has scrubbed her bio from the website because she knows how bad it's going to look when this comes to light. We already have multiple pages and pages and pages of news releases that are still up on this website. She isn't going to get away with this one. This shows an act of fear, knowing how Canadians are going to view this. Oh, I want to fight for Canada now, she wrote in her press release. Free land. All of a sudden, she's fighting for freedom. Lots of backstepping happening right now, but we will never forget. And we will always remember what you're truly about. But this, my friends, is a victory. We are over the target, and they are scared. Last week, as we covered, big Canadian banks exited Mark Carney's net zero initiative with the UN. Now, Saturday, Chrystia Freeland scrubs her bio from the World Economic Forum website. The globalists know that we're onto them. This is fantastic news. I would highly suggest going over Bratney, who screen capped everything over the handful of years. Freeland's bio on the website, letter directly from Klaus Schwab endorsing Chrystia Freeland to be on the Board of Trustees, news clippings being involved with the WEF, her picture being on the WEF website, more social posts with her being involved with the WEF. Everything is all here Go check it out and save it for yourself. If this is any inclination of what she's going to be trying to do, she's going to try and scrub everything that links her to this organization. And if she happens to win leadership, we want to pull out all the receipts and remind people of who she really serves. It isn't Canada. It's these corporate elites in Davos, Switzerland. So as I sit here in my house with ridiculous amount of layers on because the carbon tax has completely put me broke and I can't afford heat in my house. No, I'm just kidding. It's just cold in my basement. But as I sit here and I look at this and watch what's happening, this is all fantastic news. All it means is we need to keep pushing forward. Keep applying the pressure, keep letting them know, keep talking, keep being open, and keep fighting this battle to remind people of who these liberals actually are, who they serve, and make sure that we send these homies packing in favor of leadership that hopefully, prayerfully, can finally put Canadian interests first over the needs of a global elite in Davos, Switzerland. As we end out, I just want to say, you guys are awesome, and so is this kid. Let's go. Just mowing Timbits right behind her left shoulder. Just mowing them. God bless. That's me. This kid is me. I love me some Timbits. They're great. The best things ever. Have yourself a good one. Enjoy your Monday. I'm out.